You already mentioned social media. It's getting different, and it's probably getting even more different in the future. Speaking about social media and technology, how is this changing how you can be an activist throughout sports, especially?
Yeah, it completely changes the dynamics of what's happening. If we think back probably 15, 20 years ago now.
No Instagram.
No Instagram, no Twitter.
Facebook? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Facebook. But primarily everything was through major media outlets, major newspapers. So athletes really didn't have control over what narrative was put out. They couldn't really respond to it. The community and their fans couldn't respond to it. And that dynamic has completely shifted, where athletes will do their own podcasts, they'll do their own post-game interviews or recaps. They'll do it through social media, and they'll engage directly with their fans, directly with their community. So when we look at activism now, is a much more direct line of communication to the communities that they come from, the communities they want to affect, and the athletes that are supporting or advocating. So that dynamic has it's shifted so much. I think it's only going to continue to go in that direction, and you're going to see more and more power, more and more activism coming from athletes as we move forward.
And as you said, everybody has their social media account and everybody has their podcast and whatever. It's still nice to have somebody like you here with I say, kind of normal interview. That's very nice, by the way, just to mention that. Going back to athletes who have so many opportunities to spread out their messages, as you said, do they need to be trained and encouraged to talk about equality, about respect, or is that already happening? Are they being trained?
I think I think there's multiple parts to that. In focusing on athletes, I think there's becoming more and more of an expectation for athletes to have those positions and take those stances, because their fans and the support that they receive are from these communities. And in many ways, it's humbling and it's grounding to say, yeah, you can be the best in the world at what you do, but you also have to deal with the reality of what society is dealing with, and not become disconnected from that. So I think that's an important connection. The other part is, I don't think we should be looking solely for athletes to improve in this space, or have training in this space. I think it's something that, as society, we have to do a much better job with, specifically speaking to the U.S., so I have much deeper knowledge there. But specifically speaking the U.S., we have to do a much better job on that front, because we are uninformed on a lot of topics. And I think before athletes or people go into positions where they are going to have influence, they should be informed on what they're going to be talking about and have some background or foundation to stand on to make sure that what is coming out isn't just an emotion or a feeling or something that they heard, but more so something that they've been educated on and they feel confident in saying, and ultimately leads to a better outcome.